Hi everyone, so in this video I wanted to do a nose tutorial because I've been getting a lot of requests to do another tutorial like for a facial feature because I've been doing, I did mouths, I did ears, and now I'm doing noses, and this is just how I stylize and draw noses. So this is like more of like a cartoony, simple kind of nose. So this is how I do it. So I would recommend starting off with a circle. And then I'd make the nostrils kind of down like this, but leave a space underneath the nostril because that kind of completes the nostril. And don't be afraid to like darken the corners of it, make them curve down a little bit. And I would kind of shade under here like this. And really the key here is to leave space underneath the nostrils. And then you have this part here, which you can kind of shape however you want, and then it continues to the bridge of the nose up here. I like to leave a highlight in the middle of the nose. And then I would kind of darken here, maybe add a bit of shading. You can make this part kind of bulge out a bit because this is where your circle was. So that's kind of like the tip of the nose and it kind of bulges out a bit. I like to do a bit of shading above the nose too, under the nostrils. And that's kind of how I sketch it out. So you start with the circle, you add the nostrils turning downwards like this, add the actual shape of the nostril just around it and under it. And then you have like the tip of the nose, which is kind of circular. And then the shading really makes the rest of the nose. I wanted to do this tutorial digitally, but I just couldn't for some reason. Like everything was turning out terribly, so. And now here's how I draw noses from the side. So you can still start off with your circle just to plan where the tip of the nose will be. And then I like to make the tip of it a bit pointed and bring it up. Kind of like this, depends on how pointed or how rounded. You can really play around with the shape. And then I like to do the nostril here. And you can see the other nostril on the other side, like that. And it continues down like this. And of course the lip comes down there. I like to shade under the nose and then like kind of, it's a very circular kind of shading. So it meets up to the highlight that would be here, and that's the bridge of the nose. So that's kind of one from the side. If you want to do one more pointed upwards, then I kind of start off with more of like a triangular nose shape. And you just see more of the nostrils, basically. And you'd see more of a shadow here because you're seeing more of the nose. I like to darken everything. Oh, by the way, I'm just using a Prismacolor color Race in just the color blue. It's one of my favorite pencils to sketch in at the moment. This one would be a little bit more of a line. And if the nose was pointing downwards, start with your circle again, and you'd see the tip of the nose come like this, and the nostrils come off of it. I like to darken the edges. Really, to the nose, like there's the tip of the nose and the nostrils are kind of like little wings that come off of it. And there's a bit of shading in between those because they cast a shadow. And then your nostrils are here. So it's like a circle and then like two wings that come off of it. That's how I think about noses. And when the nostrils come into play, it's like there's like this section underneath each nostril. And that's not really what a nose looks like, but that's kind of like, that's the thing that helped me really understand how to draw noses, was that there's this area underneath the nostrils. And once you like figure out how you want to angle the nostrils, like once you look at photos and see how the nostrils are angled, then it really helps kind of understand how they look. So this would be if a nose is kind of pointed downwards. Like if the face is kind of facing down. You could still add some shading under it. And the bridge of the nose will come up, like so. The bridge of the nose it kind of comes away from the nose, gets really thin, and then it spreads out again at the eyebrows. So it's kind of like your nose is here, the bridge of the nose, and then it kind of goes like this. And that's where your eyes are. The nose might be a bit longer than that though. And then you have your nostrils that come like this, and the actual holes of the nostrils. That's how I structure the nose. That's how it makes sense to me. And I like to make it very cute and button-like, but you can always like make the nose bigger, like make the what do you call it? The bridge of the nose kind of stick out more if you want, and make the nose more large and like bumpy if you wanted to. Maybe something like that. And a profile view of the nose is just, the nose comes in here between the eyes, goes out, and I like to make the end kind of pointed or rounded, and then the lip comes directly off of that. And then the nostril kind of continues forward a bit, and the end of the nostril would be there. So like you have this part of the nose that comes away from the mouth, but then the nostril kind of cuts into that, if that makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed this simple little tutorial of me sketching out noses. This is just how I structure them. I hope you found it helpful, and thanks for watching.